Hello and welcome back to Midwest Charge. You joined me this morning. It is 7:56 a.m. and 1 degree outside. Not an exaggeration, actually 1 degree outside. I am frozen. The car is preheating, thankfully, so we got into a warm car. Today is going to be a fun one. We are going to be visiting quite a few different charging stations, mostly NACS type chargers, but the main one we want to visit today is the Rivian Adventure Network in Lansing, Michigan, because there are a few now. They started opening up, I want to say just before Christmas, a few days before Christmas. They now have new Rivian Adventure Network stations going online that are compatible with non-Rivians. So it is my understanding that all of the Generation 1 Rivian Adventure Network sites are going to be Rivian only, and the Generation 1.5 are all of the Rivian sites that are open to non-Rivians. I haven't been able to find a list anywhere of which ones are which. If anyone has a comprehensive list, that would be super awesome. Please let me know. Just drop it in the comments or something. I would love to know which sites are currently open to non-Rivians. But as I said, I know for sure. I found a news article like a week or two ago that showed that this site was definitely open to non-Rivians. So we are going to go on an adventure in the sub-freezing, almost sub-zero Fahrenheit. It now just dropped to 0 Fahrenheit, actually. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take off here. Our first stop will be the Supercharger in Maumee. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sure somebody will know. Please let me know. I want to say it's Maumee, Ohio. I don't know. M-A-U-M-E-E, that one. So I'll see you there. It's about 155 miles, 2 hours and 22 minutes, according to the route planner here, and we should be getting there around 10:20, 10:30. Guys, welcome to Wapakoneta, Ohio. We're stopping here at Lulu's Diner for breakfast because I got hungry on the way. It's pretty much that simple. So we're gonna go ahead and head inside and see what kind of good food we can find. All right, solid food stop. Let's continue on. have arrived in Maumee, Ohio, or something. I still don't know how to say it. Holy crap! What is this? There's a Rivian Adventure Network here. I had no idea. I didn't even think to look that up, to be honest. And there's the Superchargers. Okay, so this is cool. Let's take a look here at these Rivian Chargers. Open to all electric vehicles. No freaking way. All right, we are here at 14% battery, and we have just discovered something really fun. So we got porta potty there. Not sure I would trust it at 5 degrees, but hey, it's there. We got a bunch of power electronics here. We'll do a little exploring in a bit. There's a pull install, and check this out. Rivian Chargers. These are not the Rivian Chargers we were going to, but there's Rivian Chargers. And according to this, open to all electric vehicles. So I'm not sure if that's just these or these two, but we're gonna find out. So first, we'll just open this up and we'll just try out this Waypoint here. Never been to one of these. Rivian Waypoint's charger. Let's see, rated for -30 to 50 C. I don't know exactly how cold it is right now, but I know it's definitely below 0 C. Yeah, made in Taiwan, ventilation not required, max 48 amps. So let's give this a try here. Just gotta put the little adapter on it. All right, so it says plug in to charge, 18 cents per kilowatt hour, session fee none. That screen is extremely dim, but a little bit readable, although I'm not sure how it looks in the camera. All right, so we're plugged in. Oh, okay, so now it's lit up. Authorizing. Choose 423-2 in the Rivian app to charge. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that a try. Rivian app is downloaded. Welcome to Rivian. Charging, start here. We're gonna create an account because I don't have one yet. Be right back. I just punched in my details and I went through, there was like a 2-factor verification thing. So we're gonna go ahead and don't share usage data, allow notifications, search, allow location, maybe that's it. Aha, okay. All right, so this is what we're looking for. So it looks like these Rivian DC fast chargers are not open to non-Rivians right now, but these Waypoints are. So go ahead and put the adapter back on, plug this in, and then, what is this, 423-2, start charger, add payment method, and let me just double check, make sure this gets added. Okay, I have added my payment method. It is getting ready to charge. We have green blinking lights on the Tesla. And here we go. This is awesome. 18 cents per kilowatt hour, I think is what the screen said. That seems quite reasonable for a Waypoint charger, for level 2 charging in general, especially at 40 amps. This is pretty good. So let's see, maybe if I go back and then I hit the charging, maybe it just takes a minute to update. We'll see. Of course, the moment I end the screen recording, it starts loading in data. So now we can see current speed 7.8 kilowatts. It's actually ramped all the way up. So it should update here momentarily to 11 kilowatts. Let me see if I can capture that. All right, you can see here on the screen, we are getting 11 kilowatts. I don't know why it won't focus, but all right. 11, 12 kilowatts there. Probably 11.5 maximum. So, we're just gonna go ahead and check on the screen. So you can see here, 11.6 kilowatts, 18 cents a kilowatt hour. We've put in 0.27 kilowatt hours, 4 cents session. All right, so here's the two Waypoint chargers. Like I said, 18 cents a kilowatt hour. If I was running in, using the restroom or going to get my groceries, this would be awesome. I'm super glad they have it open to all EVs and not just Rivians. But yeah, let's go check out the charging hardware here, see if we can get a peek in. We've got a big old transformer here. Some looks like a little bit more construction going on. Can we find out 1500 kVA? So that's a pretty good amount of power. And it looks like this is just for the Rivian setup here, not for the Superchargers, but I could be wrong. I don't think we can really see in here super well, other than, you know, there's the proprietary Rivian charging hardware. So let's go ahead and take a look at these DC fast chargers real quick and just make sure. I didn't see anything in the app that would indicate that these are open to non-Rivians, but can't hurt to check. Let's see. Price, yes, use with Rivian vehicles. So this one is Rivian exclusive, 40 cents a kilowatt hour, 300 kilowatts max power. 40 cents doesn't seem too bad. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but I say that and I have no idea how much this supercharger is, so we'll find that out in just a moment. Let's just hop in here. Oh my goodness, the snow and salt. Losing feeling in my hands. All right. See. So this supercharger, okay, 37 cents a kilowatt hour, so maybe 40 is not too unreasonable. It is a little unfortunate that the price of DC fast charging seems to just continue to rise with no end in sight, but that's okay. All right, we are at the supercharger, so let's go ahead and plug in. There's a lot of cables on the ground here, one in, another one on the other side. Quite a bit of wind, so I have a feeling, wow, that is one stiff cable. There we go. Okay. Let's see if it'll start charging here. It's communicating. But is it charging? That is the question. Starting to charge. 14% battery. We dipped down to 13, but we got some power back on the Waypoint chargers on the other side of the lot here. All right. Let's see. We are getting power. It's ramped up to 113 kilowatts. Looks like that might be the best we're going to get right now, 110, 113. So I'm going to tell it to keep the climate on because it's 9 degrees now, which is way warmer than before, but still really cold. So we'll let that continue, and we've got 115 miles to cover to make it to our next stop. If I had to guess, I would say we probably need to go close to 50%, but I'm not sure. We'll see as it gets closer. I'll pull up the service menu here and we can look at temperatures and things in a little bit. But first, I don't really want to go outside, but I am curious about this site, so I'm gonna hop out here real quick and we'll see what we can find. In here is all the hardware, it looks like, for the Superchargers. So we've got some, I don't even know what that is, to be honest. Some just interesting things going on here. And then, wow, these gates are a little beat up. But we've got the air-cooled. These look like really old cabinets. These might still be from the V1 days. I'm not sure. I don't know my Tesla hardware super well, but those don't look like typical V2 chargers to me. But maybe they are. There's the back end right there. They're all air-cooled. V1 and V2 were both air-cooled. On the, what do they call that? The like the transformer side, the power conversion side, and on the cable side. And then version 3, they switched over to liquid cooling, all the things. So here is the actual transformer for Tesla, 750 kVA. And yeah, the site could probably use a little maintenance. The fences have certainly seen better days. And there's the utility metering station. Let's see. Yes, many kilowatt hours. But this, I believe, was one of the very first supercharging sites in Ohio at all. So, fun things there. They upgraded these physical posts a few years back. I want to say like 4 years ago, maybe, to the V2 style. I'm actually going to put this up. This is really bothering me. Hopefully this stays in place. We'll see. It is really windy today. But that's the Maumee, however you say that, Ohio Supercharger V2. Oh man, and it's been online for a while. All right, let's take a look at the service mode here. We have had, there we go. We've had the heat pump running basically nonstop since we left this morning. It was heating the battery in the cabin, and then when we left from breakfast, it's just been going at a pretty solid clip the whole time. Here we go, minimum temp 29°C, max temp 41. So we are getting just about all the power we can get. I want to say 350 or 400 amps is usually what you would expect from a supercharger at just, you know, maximum rip. For some reason, we're only getting 300 amps here, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. This here is a representation of the octo-valve heat pump system that Tesla has. And then the rear drive inverter is quite warm. You can see it's being used right now to generate waste heat so that it can heat up the battery. So the autopilot computer is quite warm, and the high voltage battery there is it's heating up, getting pretty toasty. Okay, so I am like 90% sure that version 2 Supercharger is supposed to have like a 400 or 450 amp maximum charging speed, and this one we're only getting 300 amps. And that makes me wonder if maybe this isn't actually a fully upgraded version 2 site, since it is one of the first chargers to ever go in Ohio. One of the first superchargers to go in the ground here in Ohio. I have a suspicion that this might actually be a version 1.5 site. I have not heard much information about these, but from what I can tell, they are version 2 dispensers, but with version 1 hardware still powering them. And that would seem to track with what I've seen about these cabinets. The whole setup looks odd. It's not something I've seen at a version 2 Supercharger before. So maybe that's it. I'm not totally sure. But either way, we're just going to keep on charging here. We got 115 miles to go. And we need a lot of energy to do it because we're just continuing on north in the cold and the snow. Okay, we are up to 63% battery, and we've got 115 miles to make it to our next destination, which is the Lansing, Michigan Rivian Adventure Network Chargers. 115 miles, 8%. We're at 64% now, so I think we're going to let it go up to 66 or 67%, and then we will roll out. Okay, welcome back. After about an hour and a half, we have made it from Maumee, Ohio, up to Lansing, Michigan. We are on our way to the, I think it's a Meijer, some kind of grocery store parking lot, where we will find a Tesla Supercharger, but more importantly, we will find a Rivian Adventure Network charger open to all EVs. So, looks like we got some pretty good amenities here. This is less than a mile off the highway. There is a Panda Express, a Culver's, there's a little, tiny little coffee shop right behind it. Tesla Superchargers off to the right there. And then here we go, the Rivian Adventure Network. And actually, it looks like there is a Chevy Bolt there. So that's cool. Yeah. A security patrol of some sort. Well, we're gonna go ahead and hop over to this side for a minute and back ourselves in. The car continues to precondition. We're gonna go ahead and hop out for a minute. I cannot turn on the keeping the climate control running because the battery's at like 9%. You can see the car is filthy. We've got some more Rivian Waypoints here. 18 cents per kilowatt hour, 11.5 kilowatts. And there's some interesting little caps there and there. I'm wondering if maybe they put these in place so they can extend this from a 6 stall to an 8 stall in the future. Not really sure. But let's take a look at these. These are the brand new generation 1.5 Chargers. You can see these are much taller than the ones that we saw earlier today. Let's see, vehicle charging only. Please move vehicle once charging is complete. And they all say that. So we got 3B right here. It shows up as rainbow colored. It's actually all white right now. This one, it looks like the handle is on the ground. So let's go ahead and pick that up. See if we can, there we go, wrestle that in there. Good stuff. So you can see they got this little access hatch here. Rivian Adventure Network dispenser. 920 VDC, 500 amps maximum. Operating temperature, -20 to +40°C. So I will figure out how warm it is and I'll put that on the screen here. But it's 7 degrees. So presumably it is below zero, but not below -20. You can see right here we've got our meter for the power utility. And it looks like we got a 1000 kVA transformer. As always, there's a whole bunch of power conversion hardware hidden behind the gate here. Not gonna be able to get a super good look. This gate is actually really high. It's probably like 10 feet, maybe 11 feet tall. So with that, we're gonna walk back to the car, grab our CCS adapter, and get charging. To pre-start the session, while I grab my CCS adapter here, 6 out of 6 chargers. Click on this. Click through here. Chargers. Okay, so we're on 3B. Start charger. It says getting ready to charge. All right, let's get ourselves plugged in. Hopefully that pre-authorization worked. We will find out. It says plug in to charge, so it did. Let's grab the CCS adapter, or the CCS handle, plug it into the adapter. It's kind of hard to do one-handed, otherwise I would show it. And plugged in. Starting to charge. We're at 9% battery. It says starting. Lansing, Michigan. I assume this ID is probably for finding the station if you needed to call support. Looks like they do have tap to pay here as well. We'll have to give that a try. And it's green. Lovely. We'll watch the ramp up here. Hopefully I don't turn into an icicle in the time it takes to ramp. So team seems to be getting up to speed fairly quickly here. Of course, the moment I say that, it stops. I'm wondering if it's maybe trying to spin up another module or what's going on. I do really love how the session total and the total kilowatt hour readout is very, very quick to respond. It's telling you immediately what's going on. We're getting 83 kilowatts. That doesn't seem correct. Interesting. Well, let's go into the car and see if service mode can give us more information. All right, we are back in the car. I can barely feel my hands. So we are getting 250 amps exactly. That feels like maybe a power module's not coming online. So I'm gonna get out, move to stall, let's do stall 2A. See if we can get some more speeds there, because the battery's definitely warm enough. And then we'll try out the tap to pay. Okay, check your email for a detailed receipt. There's all the lovely details. Sweet. Nice clicky buttons. All right, plug in your Rivian to charge. So I'm going to grab the handle, even though I don't have a Rivian. Again, these are actually white. Plug that in. Parked a little bit close. Probably could have not backed in quite so much. All right, it is locked in place. So we'll come back over here. It says connecting. That isn't going to work, so we're just gonna try the tap to pay. Maybe it won't. I'm not sure what it's doing right now. Huh. All right. It says ready to charge. So I believe it is attempting to plug and charge. So I'm going to hit cancel here. It's going to turn red, unplug, and try again. So let's unplug it. Ugh, muscle the cable back over here. Other vehicles tap payment card below. So we will tap payment card. Okay, processing. Approved. Awesome. Let's go ahead and plug in. Open up. There we go. Starting. This may take a moment. Hopefully it doesn't take too many moments. I am losing feeling in my fingers. Alright, it is now off. Oh, here we go. The LED strip went from off to green. It appears to be ramping. If it stops in the 80-ish percent mark, or 80-ish kilowatt mark, I'm just going to hop in the car for a minute. But we'll see. It seems to be ramping much quicker. Oh, maybe not. All right, well, that's interesting. For some reason, we're just only getting 250 amps. So that's a bit of a disappointment. I'm not sure what is going on here, but we're going to go ahead and open this up and check on plug share. Maybe it'll tell us what's going on. 150 kilowatts, so awesome. Supercharger is cheaper. Okay. Yeah, it can only get 71 peak. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, if they just always limit these chargers to 250 amps for non-Rivians, or if maybe there's a configuration issue and that's why it's only delivering 250 amps to our stall here. But that is quite interesting. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I mean, the stations look awesome. They all appear to be functional. We've tried moving stalls. You know what? I don't know what price this charger is. I'm going to look that up here. I'll put it on the screen there. It's probably in the Rivian app or something. There is nobody plugged in here, and there are quite a few people at the Supercharger, and I think I know why. So they have a pull-through stall. That's awesome. They have 5 other stalls right here. They're large. They're easy to find. They're well lit. There's even some lighting over top. There is no canopy. That's a bit of a bummer. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed now, actually. I was hoping for a full speed 500 amp session, but I guess 250 amps is all we'll get. The car's warm enough. It's definitely ready for the juice. So I think what we're going to do is, we're at 15% here. I'm going to go ahead and unplug from the charging station, and we're just going to move right over there to the Supercharger while we figure out where we're going next. Once again, I cannot feel my hands. It is super cold and very windy. I don't know what the wind chill is, but it's probably below 0 Fahrenheit. We're gonna go ahead and buckle up and move to the supercharger right behind us. Okay, the battery is low, Sentry mode is unavailable, it's cold, and it's actively snowing now. So let's get ourselves plugged in while the battery is still toasty. Good to have the old reliable V3 superchargers when things get a little hairy. There's the Hummer EV, super cool. Love the blacked out with the black wheels. That's a 10 out of 10 right there. Okay, we have shot right up to 163 kilowatts at 16%. It is so cold. I wonder if there's issues here at the charger. There's a Model 3 over there that he was nosed into the other stall and just decided to move and back in. So I'm wondering if there's either a site level power limit going on right now, or if maybe he was just having other issues with his charging session. So right now we're just sitting flat out at 167. We should have enough energy, or not energy, we should have enough heat in the battery to get more than 170 kilowatts. So let me go ahead and hit OK. 38.5 C, so we are definitely warm enough, but we're only getting 450 amps here. It is quite interesting. That really makes me feel like there's either a derating situation going on, or some kind of site level power limit. Site level power limit, more likely. But either way, we're going to let it charge up, and I'm going to figure out exactly where we are going next. Actually, once we get charged up enough here, I'm going to go to the Culver's right there and have myself some lunch. I don't know why I just focused on my hand, but yeah, let's figure out where we're going to stop next. Okay, we are mapping out the different charge stops we're going to be doing next. And it looks like it's going to take us just a little while to make all of these stops. But we're at 53% battery now. We've tapered down to 98 kilowatts. This map is determined to go away. And we're going to be visiting East Lansing, Ypsilanti, Adrian, and Crittersville next. So I think if we charge up to, I don't know, let's say 70%. I think we'll charge to 70%. And then we'll go from there. Because these are not all high-speed chargers. So. Great. I have changed my mind because my patience is like non-existent. And we're going to let the car charge to about 66%. And then once it hits about 66, 67, we'll unplug. Awesome Hummer. We are down to a chilly sub 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Just had some good Culver's here for lunch. We are in drive and on our way to the next charger. I'm going to be totally honest. I looked at it on PlugShare like 2 hours ago, and I don't remember exactly what this charger is. So it'll be as much a surprise for you as it will be for me. We are going to 2139 Haslett Road. I want to say that is also in Lansing. And wow, these roads got snowy quick. So yes, we're going to 2139 Haslett Road, and it should take us just about 24 minutes. Let's see. Yeah, 24 minutes, 11 miles. So we got quite a bit of traffic on the way, but yeah, things are really picking up snow-wise, as you can probably see from the camera feed. Well, snowstorm conditions was not what I was expecting today. But we'll take it as it goes, I suppose. We're about, let's see, 2.5 miles out. It says it'll be 6 minutes in the current traffic and weather. And then we will be at our mystery charger. Thankfully, this is, I want to say, the northernmost charger that we're going to, and then everything will be south from here on out, which will be good, because I do actually have places to be this evening, and I was not expecting to be out in Michigan for quite so long. All right, we have arrived. And yes, it looks like I'm pulling up to a gas pump. I'm just turning around. Okay, we have found an Enel X Juice Pump 150. Now, Enel X actually went out of business a couple of months ago. So let's see if this one is still functional. All right. We got the main disconnect, the breaker, all that good stuff there. Open this up. Juice Pump 150 EV only. What's that say? evchargingus.com. All right. Download the EV Gateway mobile app. Let's see if we can just pay with a credit card. If we can just pay with a credit card, that would be ideal. So we're going to plug this in. Get it locked in. Please swipe your credit card. Authorizing payment. Payment authorized. Heck yeah. Still got it. All right, over here. Oh my gosh. The noise. Charging failed. What? All right, well, the charge flap just fought me and closed. Okay. Authorizing payment. Also, the screen doesn't look so flickery in real life. Looks relatively smooth. All right, initiating. Let's hear all the pumps start back up again. Well, this just doesn't seem to want to work. That's rather disappointing, actually. Nice little spot. Pull-through parking. Only one stall. BTC power. Looks like, what is this? 200 amps max output? No, 350. Nice. 350 amps at 400 volts. So this would ordinarily be a relatively quick charger. Maybe like 140 or maybe actually 150 on a 400 volt car. So 150 kilowatts. Charger no working. I don't think Flex Seal or an air pump is going to be fixing that one, ma'am. Just kind of like a one random stall at a gas station from what appears to be an independent EV network operator from a charging company that is out of business. So unfortunate, but not super unexpected. Next up, we are going to 660 James L. Hart Parkway in Ypsilanti, Michigan. I believe this was the very first, or one of the very first, Kempower units that ever went in North America, or more specifically in the United States. So we're going to check that out. I believe it's just a one-stall 50 kilowatt little experimental site, but it seems like fun, so we'll give it a shot. We are about, let's see, 9 miles into our drive from the last stop at the Enel X Juice Box 150? The 150 kilowatt charger. And because of the really poor road conditions here, we have actually been getting really good efficiency because we're not going that fast. We were doing pretty solid highway speeds on the way up, and we are just now approaching the speed limit. And yeah, got no complaints so far. Everyone's being safe. We're all keeping good distances and moving along. But anyway, I was averaging 370 watt-hour per mile from the beginning of the trip to Lansing, and now that we are exiting Lansing, I'm averaging 266 watt-hour per mile, which is like somewhere in the high threes. I don't know. I know it's a lot better than 370. charging, I believe it's Range USA here in Ypsilanti. And if I remember my charger history correctly, this is the site of a single 50 kilowatt Kempower charger. And you might think, wow, that doesn't sound very fast or impressive. And you'd be right. However, I want to say it was one of the first Kempower chargers installed here in the United States at all. So we're going to go ahead and check that out, see if we can't find where it is at. Try out a Kempower charger for the first time on this channel. We found it. It is right here, and there appears to be a Polestar 2 plugged in. So, no worries there. We'll just do a little quick site review, look at the chargers, and then get rolling. Alright, we have the Kempower charger right here. It's charging at 58 kilowatts right now. It says 50 available. So I'm just going to click on the little button here. And, yeah, charging. There we go. About 6 kilowatt hours added. Got these really cool cable management arms here. They're little springs. So they're kind of flexible. And they just move around. We got a CCS and a CHAdeMO. And then way over here is the little transformer deal. There's the transformer. There's the power cabinet. You can see Kempower C501 charging unit. It says, I don't know, actually. I honestly don't know how to read that sticker. But it's made in Finland. And you can hear the fans going. You can see the filters here. It's an air-cooled cabinet. And there is the 500 kVA transformer, which is probably overkill for this. But hey, maybe they're going to expand since they already have a whole cabinet here. Maybe they'll add some more chargers here in the future. I was kind of hoping to be able to do our first ever Kempower charge at this station, but alas, it is taken, so maybe another time. Shout out to the Polestar 2 owner here, super cool dude, had zero issues with us filming. I went and just spoke to him real quick because he was plugged in. I'm like, hey, do you mind? You know, we're just gonna take a little video of the station and check things out, and he was super cool with it, so thanks, man. Up next, we are off to 1110 South Main Street, Adrian, Michigan, which I believe is the site of a charger operated by Wevo Energy. They're pretty funky looking chargers. I'll put the plug share thing right here. They're pretty funky looking chargers, but yeah, they were one of the first in the nation, I believe, to have NACS connectors on a charger. So we'll check those out. They're not super powerful. There's not a ton of them, but they're interesting, and I don't know, I just really like the way they look. They're just really strange, weird looking little chargers. And I think my GPS took me to the wrong place. No, there they are. Okay, cool. We have chargers. EV chargers. Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We have made it. We are in the parking lot of a Morning Fresh Bakeries that apparently has donuts. Donuts. Okay. I believe, according to PlugShare, this is Wevo Energy is the name. But anyway, here's the parking lot. They've got slanted parking here. We've got two different stalls, and I'm not sure if they're simultaneous charging or not. They might be. It is possible, but there is nothing that immediately says whether or not they are. It costs 49 cents per kilowatt hour, and they charge 15 cents per minute if you are idling. There's a $75 pre-authorization, which seems a little bit high, but it is what it is. We've got a Amphenol PCD, what is this? Let's see, 300 amp CCS cable here. So, good stuff on that side. Let's see, oh geez. The cable is frozen, and I can't get it. Well, let's see, maybe I can get it that way. One hand. Ah, okay. Put that back. Got a little Pater terminal there. We have an X-Charge branded NAX cable, 250 amps. So a 250 amp NAX cable there. This appears to be an all-in-one unit. I'm not sure exactly what we're reading down here, but there's some kind of readout for something. All right, let's go ahead and get plugged in. So we're going to select NAX, and then we are going to present card. See if it changes. It says processing, please wait. Okay, card accepted. Remove card. Authorization completed successfully. There's a very small whir coming from the unit. These are actually not too tall. I am 6'1", and that's about where the top of my head is. So these are not super tall units, maybe almost 6 feet tall. We've got a little blue light going on here. Still says authorizing. Oh, charging is about to start, so I need to plug in now. That is interesting wording on the screen. So we'll grab this, plug in the handle. Feels very similar to the ChargePoint NAX plugs, maybe a little bit heavier. So in the screen it says charging stopped 21%. There is a ton of clicking going on inside the unit, lots of things happening. And the car now says starting to charge. You can see those communication lights, and holy crap, it sounds like it wants to be a tritium. Maybe that was just some kind of check on fan motors. Nope, here it goes. If I closed my eyes, I would think I was in a server room. But hey, we are charging. Looks like we are getting 88 kilowatts at 21%. Here we go, we're up to 22%, 249 amps. Alright, can't park at a donut shop and not get donuts. We picked up a blueberry donuts. So, there you go. Very, very blueberry, much donut. Good stuff. That's a good donut. It's filled with blueberry, you can see. Definitely put the morning and morning fresh though. It's 5:11 p.m. This donut was definitely baked more than 12 hours ago. It's good, but it's a little bit stale. Oh my goodness, this thing is loaded with like blueberry jam or jelly or I don't know my culinary stuff, but this is really good and has tons of sugar. All right, we are going to roll out here in a second. I just need to throw that bag away, and then we will unplug and get back on the road. We got one more charger to visit. However, we are going to swing by a supercharger first because this is a cool little charge stop. I do really love the way that these stations look in person. They're just kind of goofy, and I don't know, there's just something charming about the dispenser style. But this is not very quick. It's 92 kilowatts. I mean, that's good, but it's not amazing. So we're going to swing by a version 3 supercharger here and get ourselves some 250 kilowatt speeds. All right, looks like they have 15 minutes until they start charging idle fees. I did really like, there was a little indicator of the charge level here on the side. That's pretty nice. It's a nice little touch. This was a really expensive charging session though. 13.62 kilowatt hours delivered, 6.67 or $6.67 USD. That's a bit much. 49 cents per kilowatt hour. That's some pretty premium pricing. I'm expecting, you know, something like an Iona rechargery, something with a nice canopy with good lighting, maybe some good food options. I mean, these are good food options, but this is not the premium high-speed experience I would expect from a charger of this price point. Findlay, Ohio, and here is the supercharger. Looks like it's just over here at a mall. Well, like a little, oh yeah, a mall probably. Something. Oh, no, it's in a Cracker Barrel parking lot? No, it's, wow, okay. It's in the parking lot of a Denny's diner that is either out of business or just not on. We're gonna squeeze by over here, back ourselves right on into this end space. We arrived with 2% battery. Looks like stall 1B is out of order. Which one did we plug into? Oh, we plugged into 1A. All right, cool. So, oh yeah, you can see it's turned off. So the one next to us is out of order, but the rest of these stations are functional. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at where we're going next. Up to 3% already. It's going to continue to ramp up, and we are headed to our final charging stop of the day. That's going to be 614 East Main Street, Crittersville, Ohio, I believe is how you pronounce it. It's about 41 miles away. Just a hop, skip, and a jump, and I don't know why that button isn't working. Alright, we are up to 18% battery now. We've just been ripping along at 200 to, I don't know, somewhere around 250 kilowatts. We've added a whole bunch of energy in a short period of time. Well, not a whole bunch, but we've added a good amount of energy in a short period of time. And it looks like we are probably going to be here until almost 40%. And then once we, like I said, get up to about an estimated, I don't know, we'll probably do an estimated 18% arrival just to be safe, in case we need to turn around and bail out at a different charger. While I do appreciate the very fast charging, I gotta say, sitting in a totally dark parking lot is not as nice as other charging stations. Alrighty. The last leg of the trip, we were getting 336 watt-hour per mile, which is still pretty terrible efficiency, but a significant improvement over this morning somehow. So, let's roll. Okay, we have arrived in Lima, Ohio. I don't know. We're playing the game of Antonio pronounces or mispronounces every city in Ohio correctly or incorrectly today. But we're at Casey's General Store here. It looks like this is an all-way stop, so we'll go ahead and pull up and bring ourselves to an all-way stop. Okay. So we are here at Casey's General Store, where there are 4 plugs and 2 stations belonging to Francis Energy. Let's go ahead and get plugged in. Welcome, there's the gas station, and here are the charging stations. I believe these are similar models, if not the same models, that are in use by... Holy crap, I just blanked. That really cool EV charging company in California that has the big screens. But anyway, we'll take a look at this screen here. We're CCS1, 400 kilowatts, DC, plug-in, authorized payment, and charging will start. Let's hit info here, see what it does. Oh, okay, wow, that's just technical information. Cool. Holy moly, they've put nearly 13 megawatt hours through port 1, which is presumably that one, and another 17.5 megawatt hours through that port. That's really cool. I call that particular camera trick, I've run out of memory. Back to the video. So we'll open up the charge port. We'll grab this cable here, just your typical Huber Sooner cable. Same thing you'd see at an Electrify America. Plug that in, and oh boy. These are long cables, which is great, but these are very heavy cables, and it is 9 degrees out, so I don't know that I can do this one-handed. There we go. Alright. Haha! Took some wrestling, but we are now plugged in. So, authenticate using one of these methods. We'll go ahead and use the credit card method, using the little NIAX reader right there. Approved. Good stuff.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, CCS1, so it has detected the vehicle. You can hear a bunch of clicking. We got communication lights going here. And let's see what we will do. There we go. Oh, cool. There's graphics up top to clearly indicate what's going on. That is different. I like that. All right. That is also very cool, although it's not particularly applicable in the wintertime. All right, we are at 22%. I don't know about these CO2 readings, but estimated cost 49 cents. So we've already put 1 kilowatt hour into the vehicle. We are running at a rate of 167 kilowatts, it looks like. Yes, max 400 kilowatts. I like the way they write out the max on the bottom, so you know exactly what's going on. So the car is only requesting 424 amps, and this station can do 500. So we would probably expect to see somewhere in the range of 170 to 198 kilowatts on this Model 3 long range if we were plugging in and doing like a really low charge. Everything's working as intended. The bright touchscreen is nice, and that's a super cool touch. Thank you so much for watching this video. We will be unplugging here soon, and then I've got to head on over to some other places to go complete some errands for the day. But I had a lot of fun. We visited one of the oldest superchargers in Ohio. We got to check out a couple of Rivian Adventure Network stations, actually. We got to try out a Waypoint charger, a full-fat DC fast charger from Rivian. We experienced some weird issues with just the amperage seemingly permanently split, but maybe that's just a non-Rivian thing, who knows. We drove through a snowstorm, and many other things. So yeah, if there's anything I learned from this video, it's probably that A, this car is not super efficient when it's 0 degrees outside and you're going at extremely high rates of speed. Extremely high rates as in like highway speeds, you know, like 70, 75 miles an hour. Compared to my usual city driving. And yeah, Chargers off the beaten path. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not. But overall, it's been a fun day. We've seen a lot of just new things. Kempower, Francis Energy, Rivian. Can't complain. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.